Parts. This is episode 7, Putting It All Together. I'm your host, Josh. Thanks for tuning in. So, today's episode, we are going to talk about putting it all together and failures during our training and learning from it. You already know what you're doing, and you never mess up. So, we just finished running 22 miles. It was tough. They don't get easier. You would like to think they get easier, but something happens to your body where it adapts to not running, and so when you start training again, it's really hard. So, so it doesn't get easier, and if you're going through the training, it is tough, but hopefully you're learning and it's getting easier. For me, it hasn't been getting easier. I've been struggling for the last 3 weeks, I think, with my long runs. They're not pleasant, and they're really hard. So hopefully we can put it all together in these next episodes and get an awesome race going. So my last race, I ran. My last race before this, I talked about running in the elements, and so I ran in the heat. I didn't make it with the water. So this week I tried to take some Prime and some Body Armor, but it was 0 sugar. It's kind of strange. But I had lots of vitamins in it, so I said, well, why not? So basically, I don't like the water pack. I need to train with the water pack. Going back to episode 6, you need to train in the elements. So train with what you're going to do that day. And so I think this next race, I'm definitely going to have a water pack. Probably try to do the sugar Gatorade, because whatever they put, this 0 stuff, man, as soon as I took it, something happened to me. Like, it was instant. Like, I just felt so tired and worn out. So I don't know what's in that stuff, but it's definitely not for me. So yeah, I took the no sugar Prime, and I took the no sugar Body Armor. The no sugar Body Armor, I was able to keep going with that, but I don't know, something with the Prime, whatever's in the Prime, when I took that, I had trouble breathing, and it just kind of like knocked me out, like. So I don't know, man, but definitely gonna try something different. Maybe run with the water pack next week, and hopefully that can help me. We got 2 more training days, and then the big dance. So we're trying to put it all together before the big dance. So hopefully next week we're going to do 24 miles, and that's some serious stuff, man. That's tough, running 24 miles. So hopefully we can put it all together, and definitely gonna try the Gatorade with the sugar, and I think I'm going to add some dry fruit to the nuts, and going to add cashews, I think, to the nuts. So, and we'll see how it goes with that run, because what I've done up to this point, it's just been terrible. be honest with you. So gotta change things up for sure. So we'll see how this goes, and hopefully I have a much better run. Now, I've been sick this week, and for some reason I haven't been able to shake off this cold. I've been sick for about 7 days, and so I ran a little bit sick. Um, and that could have had an effect on me. Also, I don't get much sleep before I go on this run. Have like 5 hours of sleep before I go, so it's those things as well. I think that can have an effect. But for some reason, whatever's in this, the packets of no sugar was really affected me. Now you might be different. I mean, if you try that stuff and it gives you loads of energy, go for it. All I can say is, you might want to try different things. Unless you already have a plan, then maybe you don't. But yeah, looking forward to the new long run, and trying something new. It gives you, at least it gives you hope, right? So yeah, I gotta do something because it's getting close to that time, and hopefully I can put it all together. Now my water packet, I think, could go up to 64, so a half gallon of liquid, but it makes it really heavy. So I think it to just take 32 ounces. Filling it up with 32 ounces of Gatorade, and going with that in water, and seeing how that affects me. Probably should do more, thinking about it. But I can always fill up at the aid stations, and I believe they're going to have Gatorade at the aid stations, so I can always fill up there. So I'm thinking that's enough. You definitely want to drink a lot more than you're drinking if you're running in the nice cool weather. Then if you're gonna, on training day, it's gonna be really hot. You gotta drink 2 times as much as you're drinking in your other training, at least, if not 3 times. So in that 90, 100 degree weather, and I know what you're thinking. You want to try to have a balance between going to the bathroom and running, and you don't want to over drink where you start cramping because you're so full of liquids. So it's definitely a balance. But what I've learned in my experience is that you definitely want to drink 2 to 3 times as much as you usually do in that hot weather, because it's hot. And then you want to pour some water on your head, to cool you down. You want to stay cool, stay hydrated. The last thing you want to do is cramp. So, you definitely don't want to drink too less and cramp. And you don't want to drink too much and cramp. But you'd be surprised of how much you can drink on those hot days. I mean, yeah, you'll be surprised. I know I always am. So, we're putting it all together, and hopefully we have some great runs here in these next 2 weeks. So the tip of the week, I would say the tip should be before you even start training, I would recommend buying 2 pairs of shoes of the same shoe and the same size. Basically, because shoes are rated for like 200 or even 100, but like 200 to 600 miles, right? And in your training, you can wear down your shoes, and whether and then it's good to have a pair of shoes if it's raining outside, and you can switch out your shoes like I talk about in the in episode 6, the elements. So you could put an extra pair of shoes in your drop bag. But I mean, if you wear both of those shoes and you wear them in, that would be good. So I would say get 2 pairs of shoes because of the same ones, so you don't hurt your feet or anything. And yeah, I know it sounds simple, but yeah, just before you start training, if you find a pair of shoes that you love, get 2 of them, because what I've found out is that sometimes if you're training for a long time and you try to look up another pair of shoes, sometimes they're sold out, or you can't find it anymore. So definitely best to get the shoes while you can if they're in stock, and that way you have them and you don't have to stress about getting a new pair of shoes if you've worn out your other pair of shoes and you need to switch it out. But something neat about this season is we're only running 2 days a week, and so far, knock on wood, I haven't got injured yet, and my knees feel fine, my feet feel fine. So yeah, if you guys are doing the training like this, just wanted to let you know that yes, we keep failing in keeping our body, or I keep failing on keeping my body feeling good during the run and these long runs. But what hasn't happened is my knees haven't been hurting and my feet haven't been hurting. Haven't had to wear any kind of ice packs or anything like that. So I mean, that's some pretty good news. It's season 2, I was injured all the time, and I was running four times. I was running 4 times a week, and I was injured all the time. My feet were hurting, my knees were hurting, my hips were hurting. Everything was hurting. And I was wearing ice packs, and I was putting gels on my knees and ice on my knees and ice on my feet, and I would have to sit around for like an hour with all these ice packs and stuff and putting the icy hot on my knees. And man, it wasn't fun, and it took the joy away from the running. So this season's been pretty great on my knees and my hips and my feet. So yeah, I mean, this is doing good, running the 2 times a week, and then just working out 20 to 30 minutes a day, which is really nice. Has really changed things for me in a point of time. You don't have much time, whether you're busy doing something else, you don't run your own business, or you're doing other things in your life. So I definitely think I would recommend running 2 times a week over 4 times a week. That's for sure. I mean, for my body, everybody's different, and I can't say that enough. Not every program's going to work for the same person. Everybody's body is different, and everybody's running different links. If you're listening to this and you're running a 10K or a half marathon, your training's going to be a little different. And if you're a fast runner, like if you're running 5 miles and if you're running a mile in 5 minutes, you know, your training's completely different than mine. I'm in a different race than you. You know what I'm saying? So like, you don't have to be as dehydrate or hydrate yourself differently than I would. You know, so um, but I would just say, in my experience with my body, running 4 times a week was too much, and my body couldn't hack it, man. It was like, no, thank you. So, and it told me, you know, and I didn't listen. My brain never listened. So, but yeah, these 2 days a week, one long run, one just an easy run, I would say, you know, just an hour long run, um, in the middle of the week. So it's been great on my knees and my feet and my hips. So I'm glad we're sticking to it. I was always thinking maybe I would add another run to to the workout, but I hadn't stuck with it. You know, maybe we'll make another podcast with just one day a week of running, and then during the week, you know, you do the stairs and you do the sprints. Kind of like running in a sense, but not easy runs or anything. And maybe we'll make a season like that, see how it goes. But hopefully we can put it all together, and hopefully this all works out. So thanks for tuning in, and I'm glad you're listening.